Hey guys, what's going on? Hudson back here with another video, and of course today's a live stream, as you can tell, and I'm a little bit, I guess, bum hurt or butt hurt, bummed out, whatever. Um, so let me go over basic, generally what's going on. So, um, ever since Christmas, well, before Christmas, I've been building a PC, right? I've been working on it, right here, as you see, the red thing, right? And what I was using before, okay, so there's so much I want to say, but here you go. So this desk right here, I bought just to put on, just to build a gaming PC inside of, right? So I modified that big, see where the computer's sitting at right now? I modified that, took off the holes, sanded it, painted it, all that, just so, and see it goes down to the ground too, like down there. Sorry, I'm streaming on my MacBook, so it's a little bit different today. Anyways, um, I bought that desk and got it all fixed up, and then I realized that I don't know how to build it inside of a desk. I should have thought about that. I was like, I don't know how to put a power button or like all the I/O ports on the desk. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather just build it in a case and then put it in there. And it does have a clear little piece on the side of the case. Well, it's not on right now because I've been working on it. But see, I can still see the lights and stuff in there. Anyways, this is my current PC that works perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's a Dell Optiplex 790 that I bought on Craigslist for 70 bucks, and I put a 750 Ti graphics card in it, and I also put I put 6 gigs of RAM, which I know it's a weird amount. It only came with two, so I put uh 4 more gigs, and so anyways, that's weird. And I have an SSD and a hard drive in it, right? So anyways, that works fine. I've been using it, and then I was like, here's all the stuff I bought. So you can kind of see. I'm gonna move this chair a little bit. You can kind of see all the parts in that lower compartment. I have a here you go. It's a EVGA Supernova 750 G3 power supply. I have 750 Ti, which I took out of my current build and just put it in there for the time being. However, I do have a GTX 1060 coming in, a 6 gigabyte graphics card, because this is only two, and it's a dual fan Asus 1060 6 gigabyte. I have an Intel Core i5 9600K, which is ninth gen. I have two sticks of 8 gigabytes of G.Skill DDR4 RAM, G.Skill Ripjaws 5. So I have 16 gigs of RAM. And then I have the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo CPU cooler. And then I have, which was very recommended to me for a new build, right? And I'm pretty sure that's the source of the problems. But it's just, I really don't know what to do anymore, guys. I've tried everything. Here's what the deal is. So this is my cry for help. So I don't want to set the MacBook somewhere where it's going to fall, but I do want to show you guys the problem that we're having today. That's pretty sturdy right there. So watch this. Let me move this chair so you guys can see exactly what it is. So watch this. So can you guys see all right? I'm going to turn on my TV. All right. This is a Vizio. This is just my test TV right now. It's the monitor I'm using. It's a Vizio 4K, just a smart TV, 32 inches, which I know is big to use on a PC, but it's going to come up and say nothing found because the PC is not on right now, so hang on. It's going to come up and say retrieving signal, and no signal cable box was found, all right, because it's not plugged in. I'm using an HDMI cord, right? So we're going to go and plug in. The HDMI is plugged into the 750 Ti, but I just put that like that because I first tried it, nothing. So I unplugged it and I plug. Why do I look bulky? I'm not that bulky. I'm actually in decent shape. I don't know why my jacket makes me look huge. I'm not that big. So then I was like, you know what? Let me plug it directly into the motherboard because I wanted the motherboard to just put out graphics in case it was a driver issue. I wanted it, and the only output on the motherboard is an HDMI. There's no VGA. You can see, I should have showed you guys the back. It's just HDMI, and then there's like 6 USB ports. That's it. And then audio, of course. So what I did is now it's back in the graphics card because neither one works. I'd rather at least use the graphics card. And so a few different things happen. So first, I'm going to plug in the power supply to the wall because it's not plugged in right now. So when I do that, watch the mouse. Watch what happens. It lights up for a second. What? Okay, see how it lit up? I'm sure you saw that. That's weird. I don't know why it just does that. It gives power out of the motherboard into the USB ports, which is maybe that's normal. I don't know. Next thing, okay, the power supply is switched on. Now, I have everything exactly how it should be. I'm gonna click it on. Everything lights up. The RGB fan comes on. The motherboard lights up in there. All the fans are spinning. The graphics card's spinning. The CPU cooler is spinning. Set that back up how I had it. All right. Nothing, right? No power to this. No power at all going to the keyboard. I don't know. Nothing comes up on the screen. I've checked all the connections. My one thought that it could possibly be is since my Core i5 processor is a 9th gen, and the motherboard says it supports 8th gen and newer, but some people said the motherboard had to be updated, like you had to flash it with a new firmware. I don't have any way to do that I know of. If anyone could please help me with that, that would be great. What I'm about to do right now is call my local computer store called Computer Pros. They're in my area. It's nothing like Best Buy or anything, but we're gonna call them and I'm gonna see if they could possibly walk me through or tell me that you can see they get good reviews. They sell computers. They do service and stuff. I know it looks trashy on the outside, but inside they have a bunch of gaming computers and like all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna give them a call. And my buddy Austin took his stuff there. So see, nothing comes up, and I have to manually turn off the computer. Watch. I don't know why. So what is it? I've searched up a video on Linus Tech Tips, and he said unplug the power supply, and then unplug the power supply, and take a screwdriver and set it on the CMOS reset prongs. I did that and let it sit for like 5 seconds. Took it off. I turned on the PC and it went on, off, on. Waited a second, like maybe like 5 seconds. Went off. It waited a minute and then came back on its own, all on its own. Came on and just did the same thing it just did. So I'm like, what the heck? So you guys are gonna be on the phone with me while I call these people because I like doing phone calls live so everyone can see. I'm not just messing around. Like I'm actually trying to figure out what's wrong. You gotta get the Starbucks daily. I need that. Up here, got my little here. Whoa, that's new. I didn't know I had that one. I guess my sister put that in here, but I got a Cuddle Team Leader, Love Ranger, Raven, and now Valor. Or Valor, whatever. I think it's Valor. Got my Yeti up here that I've not used yet because I used this big silver one right there. And then I got these old 2 pop figurines up here. I'm gonna put them. The point was after that I was gonna put these in here, like set it in there like that, or like put one of the bigger, like the Love Ranger or the Raven or something in there. Thought that'd be cool. Something put in there, and then here's the side of it. This goes on like that. On the side, it goes in like that, and I have a little window in there. But as you see now, that's not working. So I'm gonna give Computer Pros a call and see what they have to say. I'm gonna tell them what I just told you. My thoughts are they're gonna say your motherboard's trash, or they're gonna say something like check all the connectors I have. I know that's stupid. I've checked everything. Like I've literally done the basic stuff. People are like, make sure your power supply's on. Obviously, my power supply on. I've unplugged all of them. It's just weird. Like the motherboard shorted out or something. I don't know. I got it on Amazon. I think I'm gonna send it back and get one. This was refurbished. I know that's stupid, but at the time of buying it, I wasn't sure if I wanted to build a PC. And then I was like, let me get it. I'll build it. And if I decide to upgrade, I can just get another motherboard because this is only $80 for that motherboard. There's normally like 120. Got it for 80 because it was a refurbished on Amazon. But it's certified like refurbished. Like it's set up and tested and make sure it's like brand new. So it's also meant for 8th gen, but it's compatible with 9th gen if you update it. It's the same socket and everything. So I'm thinking what they're going to tell me is something like get a new motherboard that supports 9th gen, or it's shorted out and you need another motherboard because this one's broken. But what I looked up online was they said you can go to a local computer store like something like this, Computer Pros, and you can tell them, do you have an 8th gen processor I can use to flash my motherboard? Just update the BIOS, and then that's all I need. I'll be good to go. Like I just need something to update it. And my buddy's like, dude, they're not gonna let you just do that. So I don't know. Like I feel like that's like a little risky to ask. Like, can I just use one of your old processors to update my BIOS and then I'll leave? Because that's kind of like stupid. I don't want to just, as long as I don't get charged. I really don't want to pay just for, because it's like they love to charge you. My grandmother, she's like, yeah, I took my computer to Computer Pros and they fixed it all up for me for only $200. I was like, oh, $200. I said you could have bought a new computer. All they do is like go and defragment the disk and then like delete temporary files and like put on an antivirus and scan. Like that's all they do. And then they put your splash, like your wallpaper, they make it say Computer Pros. I'm like, I don't want them messing up my settings and crap. That's stupid. And people pay for that because they don't know how to do it. Anyways, the issue today is the computer. So we're going to call them. If they say I can bring it down, I'm going to ask them, is there a way I could bring it in, have you guys flash it if you think that would work? And would you charge me? That's what I'm asking them. Calling them. Put on speaker. I called the one I live in. That one, it got really bad reviews.
Computer Pros.
Hi. Is this someone I could talk to about a computer problem? Maybe I could have some help with.
He's out to lunch.
Okay.
He could, but he can remote into your computer and
okay.
help. He does have that availability.
Okay.
He should be back in about 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll just call back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Remote in your computer. I know they're gonna probably just give me. I'm probably give me their IP address and then a computer problem, not like inside. I'm literally like, see, this type of stuff is what they're meant for. They're meant for old ladies and like guys that don't know how to do nothing. They're like, my computer won't connect to the internet. Like stupid stuff like that anyone could fix. That's what they do. They don't know like deep inside. Like I was gonna ask them about if I should flash the BIOS. They're gonna be, flash the BIOS. What does that mean? Because they don't even know probably what that is. That's what I hate, dude. See, why? I wish I lived in a bigger city. Who's out to lunch? Oh my! Because there's one guy that probably knows what I'm talking about. Idiot. Okay, well at this point now, I'm not calling them back because I know they're gonna say, well, let's just come on in here and we'll look at it. And then it's gonna be something stupid. They're gonna be like, well, no, I don't know, but we're gonna charge you for the time you took up. All right, well, I don't know. I think I'm honestly, what I'm thinking right now is what I've looked up is after everything that I've seen in here and all the problems I've found online, people say your motherboard is good for garbage if this is what's going on because I'm not getting a post beep. I'm not getting a beep. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out, which I'm dreading because all the cables I have running in there are specific for this motherboard. And like, I had to put them in the power supply and then cable manage them on the whole other side of the case. And then the CPU cooler was a butt to even try to get on. I don't know why. I had to bend the motherboard to even get the screws to barely lock in enough just to hold the CPU cooler on. And the motherboard is under so much tension right now. I'm gonna have to take it all out. I'm gonna take everything